It is time to go on the docket with Attorney John Patrick Dolan as he breaks down all of your legal news.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
You know, let's talk about probably what most people are talking about, Obamacare. Is it a tax? Is it not a tax? What is going on? What do you know?
Well, we know that it's a tax because the Supreme Court said it's a tax. And my opinion is the Supreme Court got it exactly right. They very clearly in the majority opinion said you cannot extend health care through the Commerce Clause. That's wrong. That's unconstitutional. But it's a tax, and if it's a tax, the Congress has the right to tax, and the congressmen who passed the tax now pay the price for doing so. And so it's a very clear decision for the voters in November. Do you support a tax that provides for medical care, or do you support repealing Obamacare? And the Supreme Court has now gotten themselves out of the fray. The two other branches of government, the Congress and the President, have the right to tax and have the right to enforce the law. The Supreme Court just decides whether or not a law is constitutional. And they very clearly said it's not constitutional through the Commerce Clause. It is constitutional through the taxing authority. And now back to you folks, you decide what to do about it.
Okay.
Wow.
And now we also had another big story. Attorney General Eric Holder was ruled to be in contempt of court, but there have been some changes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, they found him in criminal contempt and civil contempt. Criminal contempt requires that the Attorney General's office, the office that he heads, prosecutes him. Well, surprisingly, they decided not to prosecute him, so there's not going to be any more criminal contempt. Civil contempt is really a lawsuit in the district court. It takes the amount of time that most civil lawsuits take, which could be, a year or two from now before it gets to the point where a judge actually looks at documents and makes decisions, and frankly, by then, it'll be old news and probably won't go anywhere. So it's really political theater and has very little to do with the legal system other than the facial appearance.
Well, let's talk about some good news, your trial academy.
Yes, the California Desert Trial Academy College of Law was officially sanctioned by the California Bar about 5 o'clock on this last Friday. We're very excited. It's been a couple of years of work to get it to that point. So now, between now and the 20th of July, we're enrolling our students who've expressed an interest in attending. We're going to have somewhere between 20 and 30 students in our first class. And classes begin September 4th. So we have a wonderful faculty set up. We're set up to start in the Larson Justice Center Law Library and use the ABC Recovery Center on Saturdays for our practice exams. And we have some very enthusiastic potential students, and we're very thrilled with the idea that we will now have a law school right here in Indio for the greater Coachella Valley.
That's great. How can students enroll in these classes?
They can access our website, cdtalaw.com, or call our telephone number, 800-859-0888. Most of the people that are enrolling are people that we've dealt with over the last almost a year. Since last September, we've been doing these information forums. But we're open to anyone else who's interested between now and the 20th of July. They just need to call or access the website, cdtalaw.com.
There's a number right there on your screen. We understand you're going to be teaching a few of those classes yourself?
Just one. I'm teaching criminal law along with Sue Stedding, who's the former head of the district attorney's office out here. Each class is designed so that advocates can see there's always at least 2 points of view in any legal controversy. So myself and Sue Stedding from 2 points of view of criminal law will be teaching. We have Judge Evans and David Chapman teaching torts, and then Julie Bornstein, who you might know, a former state legislator, and Sheila Williams, who are teaching contracts. We're very excited about the quality of our faculty, and we're ready to go in September.
That's great. I know you've been working hard on that.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Congratulations. Exciting stuff. And
right.
If you want to know how to contact John Patrick Dolan, just visit his website. We have it right there on the screen, dolanlawoffices.com.